So, continuing our Les Paul Wednesday theme, which we seem to have been doing for an absolute eternity now, we've got today a Gibson Les Paul Future Tribute from 2013. So let's have a quick listen to it and then I shall tell you what I can. Let's go. Yeah, very nice to play indeed. So, and rather pleasant to look at as well, IMO. So, certainly it's time for the pickups. There's no push-pull, splittery trickery going on with this. So, just straightforward 57 classics. So let's have a listen, and starting with the bridge pickup on the noisy or distorted setting. Into the centre, and I will tell you that because this is relevant, since I was playing that tune, all that bending, what have you, I promise you I have not touched the tuning machines, which we are going to have a look at with some interest in a second. Into the centre position. And onto the neck. Lovely stuff. Right, let's see how it cleans up. And again, starting with the bridge. Ooh, I've got a out of focus. Or is it my eyesight? Oh, there you are. Right, starting with the bridge end. Lovely. Into the centre. And on to the neck. let's have a look round. So they did these for a couple of years, 2012, 2013, and I know that for certain because this is although it says on the back of the headstock that it's a 2013 model, you can see by the serial number that it was in fact produced on I think it's the 290th day of 2012. And certainly the pickups, the stickers on them say that they were wound by PS on the 10th of the 10th, 2012. So originally these, certainly the 2012 models, came with the Steinberger, or is it Steinberg? Anyway, gearless banjo tuners as they call them. And this hasn't got them on. And I'm really quite disappointed about that, to be honest with you, because I've not had a go on them yet, and I would very much like to. So that's, one for my list. So they've been taken off and they've been replaced with something, just some generic, unbranded, regular tuners. They look a bit like Wilkinson vintage ones, and you can see where there's been other stuff on the back of the headstock, but hey, they work and they hold their tune absolutely perfectly well. So that's very nice. So it's, other than that, it's a standard studio construction with one of my favourite Gibson pickups in it. So let's have a look from stem to stern. You've got your screen veneer. You can see that, it's a thick old veneer, that, isn't it, that goes on there. With the silkscreen logo and Les Paul, and of course the truss rod cover that tells you it's the Future, or Future Tribute, to give it its full title. We've got a rosewood fretboard that sits on a mahogany neck, which apparently is asymmetrical. What absolutely wasted on me. You know what? Once is it? I think it's a bit thinner on the treble side than it is on the bass side. But once you've been, humans are very good at adjusting to what they've got, either with them, by them, next to them, in front of them. And once you've been playing for 5 minutes, you really, but I don't think that you would really notice one way or another. So 22 medium jumbo frets with the trapezoid acrylic, or I think they call it perloid, don't they? Fret markers in there. You've got your 3-position toggle switch in the usual place. Lovely zebra 57 classics. I like the look of those. I wouldn't even consider covering them up with chrome shrouds or anything like that. Proper tunematic bridge with your stop tail, and you've got these chrome barrel knobs with no push or pull things on them. It's just very, very straightforward. 2 volumes up, 2 tones down. And this is so they came in, I think they came in 4 colours. They came in, there was a gold top, there was a black one, or ebony as they call it. The gold top was gold on the maple cap and dark at the back. And then they did a wine red one, and they did this, the vintage sunburst, which I have a particular fondness for because it's what we call these days that Adam Jones burst. It's like a pear drop shape rather than a perimeter burst. And this particular one, of course, this is a maple cap. You can see the change in the grain here. This maple cap has got some rather nice figuring going on within it. So probably if it was in ebony or wine red, you may not see that particular feature. So this one's certainly, it's being played, but there's no dents or repairs or cracks or anything like that. You can see some buckle rash on the back there, and there's a few nibbles out around the edges, but nothing serious. So at least if you're playing it, you don't have to worry about wearing a belt, you see. You'll be okay. Mind you see, so if I was getting buckle rash on it, it'd be very much on the cavity control plate. So whoever put the buckle rash on it to get it in the centre, it was quite a long way down. They must have been, I don't know, like a Francis Rossi sort of loath, if you will. So exhaust pipe in the usual place. These usually don't, they're not expensive, like not as expensive as a studio, not as expensive as a white one or a gold one. And they're a very, very sensible buy. Just make sure that obviously there's no breaks in it, and we're always, I know I sound like a broken record, but we're always looking here where the head meets the neck, and here where the neck meets the body. They're your two more delicate places, I suppose, the two more likely places where if they're going to cop for it, that's where they'll get it. String height on this is somewhere between 1 and 125 on the high E at the 12th fret, and roughly 2 on the bass side, which is just absolutely perfect. It's a breeze to play, it sounds great. And again, I've got to say, if you're back, because of course these are only available on the used market, if you are going to get one on the used market, just make sure that it's got the pickups that it's supposed to have in it. Because I have bought one that was supposed to have Zebra pickups in it, and the first thing I do when I get all, even if they, like this one's just coming for a restring, the first thing I do is I work the pickups out to make sure that we've got what we're supposed to have, and I have on a number of occasions worked the pickups out and they've been just unbranded, unnamed 20 quidders, which is, you know, what you can buy, certainly Zebra flavoured pickups for about 15 or 20 quid from, of course, China. So just be careful what you're buying, who you're buying from, get as much information as you can, and that is that for the future tribute. And I shall thank you all for tuning in, as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. So, adios amigos, ta-ra.